596.
We welcome you back here. Apologies for a lengthy delay there. This weather kind of just messing with some things back at the studio, trying to get us back onto YouTube, back here on the radio side of things at least. Didn't miss anything other than just halftime right now. It is Spring Mills 42, Hedgesville nothing. Halftime show brought to you by the Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com, and I'm getting word that the stream is back up now. So thank you to Nick Verzolini back at the studio, getting us back on YouTube for those tuned in. So welcome back, YouTube viewers. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me, Dylan Bishop. On-site producer is John Alderton. Cameraman Matt Miller, Marcus Jordan back at the studio. As I said, Nick Verzolini. He'll have some scores for you here in a few minutes from some other games going on tonight in the 4A playoffs. But for now, Dylan, if you're ready, let's get our first half stats brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to FordHagerstown.com for more.
Well, I think both sides' stats read off very well for Spring Mills. Chaz Milburn, 7 for 17, 56 yards passing and an interception. And on the ground, Hedgesville has given the ball to Dalton Harper 9 times for a net of -3 yards. Jake Young, 3 carries for a net of 3 yards. And Milburn's been sacked twice for a loss of 16. Big catch of the day was Chris Williams, 32-yarder on that last possession for Hedgesville, where they didn't quite get it to the end zone before the end of the half. On the Spring Mills side, Max Anderson, 5 for 10 throwing the ball, only 48 yards through the air. He does have a 15-yard touchdown pass to Keon Mills. On the ground, though, it's been where Spring Mills has dominated. Over 200 rushing yards in that first half for Spring Mills, although if I do some math in my head real quick on where we are in terms of the net, they did have a 19-yard loss on the snap over their head. That might get them just barely under 200 total, but in terms of yards gained, Blake Sanders, 7 carries for 50 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. Cam Taylor, 7 carries for 41 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. And Max Anderson, 6 carries for 117 rushing yards. And that touchdown, a lot of that coming on the 61-yard run that he had in the first half. Xavier Anderson, 2 catches for 18 yards, is the leading receiver for Spring Mills. So put all of that together, I think you're looking at 189 total rushing yards in that first half for Spring Mills, of doing that math correctly in my head, with the 19 yards that they lost on that botched snap. But overall, it's a fantastic half for Spring Mills. We're going to go into the start of the second half with a running clock, so obviously things went their way for a lot of that half.
Winner of this one, which right now appears to be the number 2 Spring Mills Cardinals, as they lead Hedgesville 42-0. They'll take on next week the winner of the 7v10 matchup, that being Morgantown playing host to Woodrow Wilson. That game currently in progress, one of the few tonight, as a lot of them either tomorrow being pushed to tomorrow that were originally scheduled for tonight, like the Martinsburg game, that one now at 4 p.m. tomorrow. We'll still have coverage for you of that game with pregame coverage at 3 p.m., but for now we'll step aside and take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, you'll hear from Nick Verzolini with those halftime scores from other games. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
WVU Medicine is pleased to announce the expansion of our ENT services in the Eastern Panhandle. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat Berkeley has added 2 new physician's assistants to their team. Both Connor Hall and Samantha Barbado are now accepting new patients, allowing WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat Berkeley to provide faster appointment times. For more information, call 304-262-9400. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat, located in the Dorothy McCormick Center in Martinsburg.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department.
12-piece chicken for $12 with Rock's app.
Starting route to Rock's local market.
Stopping by a local watering hole for happy hour between 5 and 7 to get the family dinner.
It's not rocket science. Get a 12-piece chicken for $12 at happy hour from 5 to 7 p.m. with the Rock's app.
Reserve a table by the fire every night. Relax in the warmth and comfort of a Roach Energy gas fireplace. Roach Energy. Call 304-263-3329.
With a great selection comes great possibilities. And at CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg, the possibilities are endless. Shop our amazing selection of new vehicles like the Ram 1500. And right now, save on new Jeeps like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models. Plus, every Jeep purchase comes with our Jeep Wave program. So wherever your possibilities take you, you'll be connected. Shop CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg today. Owners just care more.
Welcome in here to the halftime scoreboard show. I'm Nick Verzolini here at the half. Unfortunately, due to all sorts of things, mainly the weather, I guess, and some of the matchups, this is the only EPAC game going on tonight. So we do have a nice schedule set for you tomorrow between Musselman and Wheeling Park. Washington, Parkersburg South should be a good game in that 9-8 matchup. Cabell Midland will take on Jefferson, and of course, the game we will have for you here on on WRNR TV on YouTube, as well as Talker Radio WRNR. We will have number 16 Parkersburg taking on number 1 Martinsburg. It should be a great contest. We do have, though, other games going on around the state, but it seems like for the most part in 4A, those games were elected to be played tomorrow opposed to tonight. A lot of that, I would presume, due to weather as well as travel. There was a lot of big travel across the state of West Virginia. So, of course, our score at the half is 42-0 Spring Mills leading Hedgesville, but there are some other games going on right now. Hurricane holds a 7-0 lead over George Washington, and Morgantown leads Woodrow Wilson 21-10. That one's in the third. Hurricane's already in the fourth of that contest. So a lot of good football going on there in some close games. We'll take a look here at some AAA and AA as well as single A, since there's just a lot of these games moved to Saturday. It appears, or not a whole lot of scores so far. So Bridgeport cruising to a victory over Robert C. Byrd, 51-0 there in AAA. Also tonight in AAA, Fairmont Senior 35-0 over Point Pleasant. And Hampshire takes on Princeton tomorrow, so there's another, not an EPAC team, but a Eastern Panhandle team in action for you. Spring Valley leads East Fairmont 40-0 at the half in AAA. North Marion also in the lead at 26-3. I think AAA will get a lot more competitive in round 2, but there so far has not been any competitive games in AAA tonight. Bluefield 14, South Harrison 12 in AA. Wheeling Central 35-0 over Nicholas County. And then real quick here in single A, 41-0 Cameron leads Valley at halftime. Sherman leads Tyler Consolidated 16-8 in the third quarter. So it should be a quick second half between Spring Mills and Hedgesville as the Cardinals lead it 42-0 here at halftime. But we'll just take a break. On the other side of that break, we will have the second half between Spring Mills and Hedgesville, and Colin and Dillingham will get you set for that second half again tomorrow. Parkersburg, Martinsburg, 4 p.m. kickoff for that one. I know a lot of people were not aware of that. So 4 p.m. kickoff, 3 p.m. we go on the air. But I'm Nick Verzolini saying so long here from the studio, and enjoy the second half of Spring Mills and Hedgesville. This is West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
WVU Medicine is pleased to announce the expansion of our ENT services in the Eastern Panhandle. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat Berkeley has added 2 new physician's assistants to their team. Both Connor Hall and Samantha Barbado are now accepting new patients, allowing WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat Berkeley to provide faster appointment times. For more information, call 304-262-9400. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat, located in the Dorothy McCormick Center in Martinsburg.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
Producer Marcus Jordan and Matt Miller, our cameramen. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini, who you just heard from with the scores from the 2 other games going on here tonight. Every other game in Class 4A will be tomorrow, and again, we will have coverage of the Martinsburg game as they play host to the Big Reds of Parkersburg at 4 p.m. Pre-game coverage will start at 3 p.m. That game was originally scheduled to be played tonight. However, with this wintry storm in the rest of the state, they didn't want to risk Parkersburg having to drive through it both ways. It's tough for anybody to do, but even tougher when it's a bus full of kids. So wanted to play it safe. That game being pushed to tomorrow as both teams now make their way back onto the field to stretch. 3 minutes have been added back on the halftime clock to give them time to do so. That's down to about 2 minutes now. So before this second half begins, any other thoughts, Dylan, that you want to get out?
I kind of feel bad for that Hedgesville has to go out here and play the Spring Mills team again, in a way. And it's nice that they get their season extended to say, well, you had some struggles in a regular season, but you can go out here and on any given Friday night, anything could happen. You could advance through these playoffs, but a team like Spring Mills just rolls through teams. So it's just a really tough matchup for that and for the kids. But you get a little bit of you get one half left, get some experience in for some of your guys that'll be around next year. Get a send off for some of your seniors, and go from there. Try to build for next year for Hedgesville and Spring Mills. Make sure you keep your guys loose. Give them enough reps to where that they're still in game shape, but make sure nobody gets hurt for the rest of the playoffs. So you can move on next week and see if you're playing Morgantown or
Woodrow Wilson.
Woodrow Wilson.
Yep, and right now Morgantown up 21-10 in that game in the third quarter. So
I would expect that result to stick. I think Morgantown has looked like a very good team this year that I think can give Spring Mills a little bit of a run. They put up a nice competitive half against Martinsburg on their home field. Now, obviously, Morgantown would have to come here, barring any sort of second half miracle from Hedgesville, but it should still be a fun one.
Now we'll have the captains head out to midfield once again to go over things with one another. It should be Spring Mills, I believe, to get the ball to begin the second half. As right now it's Max Anderson for Spring Mills, the speaking captain for Hedgesville. It is Dalton Harper. The second half kickoff will be brought to you by the personal injury attorneys, Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. Visit them at burkeandschultz.com. We play hardball. 42-0 is the score at the half. It is Spring Mills leading Hedgesville here in round one of the Class 4A playoffs, as the two captains will now shake hands at midfield and jog back to the sidelines on each of their respected sides. And we'll begin. And reminder that beginning this year, the NFHS and WVSSAC agrees to those rules that with a 42-point lead in the third quarter, it has a mercy rule rolling clock, and then a 35-point lead still in the fourth quarter has a rolling clock. So we should have a rolling clock if everybody's on the same page here in this third quarter. We've seen some inconsistencies, unfortunately, with that new rule this year.
Yeah.
Here we go with this second half kick. Two men back to return for Spring Mills. Got Keon Mills, I believe, and Cam Taylor as well. It's a onside kick. That is a line drive right to one of the up men of Spring Mills, who catches it, immediately drops down at the Cardinals' 45-yard line. So Hedgesville tried to go with the surprise and get the ball from a kick of Mason Janney, but I believe they said Isaiah Wong made the catch. So 1st and 10 at the 45. And there you go, running clock for the remainder of the game. Here it is.
As long as the score stays
Motion by a receiver, Keon Mills. It's caught with the hard count that Spring Mills tried to go with, so it's a false start 5-yard penalty to begin this third quarter drive for the Cardinals.
Maybe he's still got to get himself a little bit more, a little locked in. Go back to the huddle and say, hey, we were going on 2, not one.
Well, they didn't go back in the huddle. They just go back with the same formation, 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Snap. Drops back to Anderson. His pass on the far side. Caught. Now slipping through some tackles, spinning around is Xavier Anderson. He gets near the 50-yard line before being forced out of bounds. It looks like they do give him right at that 50-yard line. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 5.
Anderson's so hard to cover out there on that side. Gavin Young's doing his best.
Same formation. Now whistles blow. I think it was just to reset the play clock. And it's a handoff to Sanders, who goes up the middle, will be tripped up, stumbles forward, gets very close to picking up a first down, but stopped with a knee down just a yard shy, which will bring up a 3rd and 1 on the 4-yard run to Hedgesville's 46-yard line. Pedersen in on the tackle. 2 receivers to each side for the 3rd and 1. Anderson shotgun formation, Sanders to his left.
Almost got Hedgesville to jump.
Almost got him to jump, and now whistles blow as the play clock at 0, and it's a delay of game, as that felt very quick with the play clock after that.
It did.
A 5-yard penalty on the 3rd and 1 will make it a 3rd and 6 at the 49-yard line of Spring Mills.
This has not been the most disciplined effort from Spring Mills. They're up 8 or 9 penalties, I think, so far.
3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side for Anderson. Sanders lined up to his right. 10 seconds left on the play clock again, winding down. Sanderson gets a snap, hands it off to Sanders on a counter run to the far side. Sanders breaks through a man and now almost breaks through another across the 35 of Hedgesville and brought down at the 34. That's enough for a first down, Spring Mills.
That's a play call that I really like, and I have not really seen anybody in any of our games so far this year use a counter run out of the shotgun.
1st and 10 at the 33. Anderson takes the snap, drops back the pass, throws it in and out of the hands of Xavier Anderson and right into the hands of Hedgesville with the interception. I think that's Gavin Young.
Mm-hmm.
Gavin Young says thank you very much, and so does Hedgesville as they get the ball back, as that just went right through the hands of Xavier.
That's a tough break. I think the rain has stopped. It's at least come close to it. You can't really see it coming down anymore, which is in line with the forecast, but still it's a little slick out there.
Yeah, you can still see it on the turf, as now it's a 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line for Hedgesville with 8:30 to go in this 3rd quarter. Rolling clock, it's 42-0. Spring Mills leads Hedgesville. Milburn alone in the backfield, gets a snap. It's a jet sweep that's bobbled and a ball on the ground. Looks like Hedgesville's man that was in motion was able to fall on top of it. Off the exchange, I think that was Chris Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Loss about 6, maybe 7 on that play to bring up a 2nd down and long. 2nd and 17.
Well, both teams coming slow out of the gate in the second half, making mistakes.
4 on the near side, 1 receiver on the far side for Milburn. Takes the snap, drops back the pass, steps up, and is sacked. Everybody from that defensive line of Spring Mills able to get there and bring down Chaz Milburn yet again. Now at the 9-yard line, an 8-yard loss makes it 3rd and 25.
Prophet Guillaume coming off the edge. 2nd time he's been in on a sack. Just a 4-man rush from Spring Mills that time. They just beat him. Guillaume just beat his man off the left side.
So now they bring Williams in the backfield with Milburn. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Milburn pump fakes, now steps up. He's going to just keep it himself, get across the 10, and just fall down at the 11-yard line, giving himself up to avoid a big hit. That'll bring up a 4th down and 23 for Hedgesville with under 7 minutes left in the 3rd.
It looked like they were trying to go for another one of those running back swing passes, but Spring Mills read it immediately, so it wasn't open. Milburn had to pump fake, to bring the ball back down, and just run the ball. That's really the main option on a play like that.
Milburn now steps back to punts, gets the snap, and it got deflected, I think, up front, as that one just barely got over the line and rolls on the far side out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Stops the clock for now on the change of the possession with 6:24 left in the third. It is a 42-0 lead still for Spring Mills over Hedgesville. Third quarter brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. Call them at 304-263-3361, as well as CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Martinsburg. Stop in, see them today at 48 Kelly Island Road, or call 304-263-8821. Shotgun formation, it's a handoff to Blake Sanders, who tries to cut up the middle, but runs right into the arms of Levi Faircloth in the backfield, who swings him down for about half a yard loss on the run.
Hedgesville still putting the effort in. It's good to see from them.
New quarterback in, Max Anderson on the sideline, so I believe that's Ryland Schwartz at quarterback now. Two receivers to each side, running back to the right. It's another handoff here on an outside zone, and into the gap and into the end zone goes the tailback for another Spring Mills touchdown. But it appears it's going to get called back. There's a flag at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, the big hole opened up, and I guess we see why. Spring Mills has been running the ball with ease for most of this game, but every once in a while, offensive linemen get out a little too wide on the shoulder pad.
So that negates the touchdown, keeps it 42-0 for Spring Mills.
I think they're saying that the hold happened a little downfield, because I think they only really lost 5 yards out of that in the end.
Ball at the 30. Second down, 15, man in motion from left to right. Bobbled snap, but still a decent exchange on the handoff. Butts on the carry. Butts got to 27-yard line as Wind, I believe, put a bag onto the field. The official had to get from somebody's camera. So 3rd and 12. Not our camera. It's a pass caught on the far side. And that should be enough for a first down inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line. Move the chains for Spring Mills. Again, it's these curl routes on the coverage of Hedgesville, kind of giving Cardinals receiver some cushion to just stop, turn, and make the catch.
It was Tyree Ramey making his first catch of the day on that one.
A good throw there by Schwartz.
Yep, just a little easy 5-yard stick route.
Schwartz. Quarterback keeper to the near side, he runs. And will go into the end zone. Touchdown, Spring Mills. 3:41 left here in this third quarter. Actually, that is Kellen Curry. Kind of went with a wide receiver in the backfield on that play. Caught me off guard, didn't see the change on the Wildcat, so Curry makes it 48-0.
All right, they're going deep into their bag to see.
Sophomore getting the touchdown.
A nice run by him.
Extra point kicks up. And good, making it 49-0 now. Spring Mills leads Hedgesville. Step aside, take a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School playoff football on Talk Radio WRNR, WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in a minute.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley-Morgan County Health Department.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
We welcome you back here for more playoff football. 49-0. Spring Mills leads Hedgesville after that Keelan Curry touchdown. It's a squib kick that's going to be fallen on top of by Hedgesville's Jacob Kerr at the 30-yard line. Let's get our scoring drive summary brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool from Floor Pools, located in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown, including a pop-up location in the Valley Mall.
Well, Spring Mills there goes 4 plays for, do my math correctly here, 30 yards to get that ball into the end zone. Make it 49-0 on the run by Curry.
Shotgun formation for Milburn. Running back to his right, 2 receivers to each side. As Milburn sets, takes the snap, drops back looking to pass. Chucks it deep on the far side. Jump ball situation. And now a late flag flies in, and another one as well as that sailed out of bounds over the receiver. But you got to remember, there's no such thing as an uncatchable pass here in high school football.
That being said, I still don't really like that call. The receiver on the outside kind of stopped at that point. And it wasn't so much that the corner was impeding him from going and getting the ball. The wide receiver had kind of stopped already and was trying to turn that into a jump ball. He really had just mistimed and misjudged how far the ball was going. Maybe part of that was because the Spring Mills defender was near him. He thought that he could just jump up and get it, but I think he had kind of given up on going downfield. So I don't really. I think I would have let that one go.
3 receivers near side to the far side. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line now. Milburn alone in the backfield takes the snap. It's a pass on the near side caught underneath by Dalton Harper, and immediately he gets drilled by a few Spring Mills Cardinals. Stop the play, and that should be a loss of about 3 on that one to bring up 2nd down and 13 at the 42. Minute 40 left here in the third. Spring Mills 49, Hedgesville nothing. We got 2 receivers on the far side. Or excuse me, now 4 on the far side. 1 on the near side. Milburn alone in the backfield. Shotgun formation, gets a snap, drops back the pass, looking to the far side. Has a man, and in and out of the hands. It goes incomplete, as I believe that was Kerr, the intended receiver, got hit and just couldn't hang on to the ball. Brings up a 3rd down.
The Cardinals defense is Martinsburg has really been the only team that's been able to figure out how to get anything going against them. And even then, it was sort of a situation where Martinsburg had to spam the quarterback run with Coy Fagan to get even to 17 points. The game where Coy Fagan had about 25 carries. I think it was even more. It was like 28. And that's something, he's normally, at most in the low double digits.
Spring Mills sends the blitz as Milburn steps up into pocket to avoid it, but couldn't get the ball away inside. He's going to be sacked. As Levi Faircloth trying to say that he got hit in the helmet And now there's late flags thrown after the play. And it might be on Faircloth for arguing about it.
That's what it seems like.
15.8 seconds left on the clock. Is that play done, and it's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Hedgesville.
We have had a ton of penalties in this game. For the fun of it here, as this and the ball has moved back and everything, I'll add this up on both sides together. It's going to take me a second.
Well, while you do that, the ball spotted at the 25-yard line now here as the clock should run out for the end of the quarter, so that'll give you some more time as we step aside and take a 1-minute break. Clock stop with 3.3 seconds. And Hedgesville caught a timeout, so we're not going to get the end of the third quarter. Okay, so Dylan, do you have it total up? We'll keep it here for you.
Well, Hedgesville alone is at 8 penalties for 57 yards, and I believe they are the less penalized team of the two. Here as I go through Spring Mills, and just number alone, I believe I'm at 10 penalties for them. They had 2 5-yard penalties for their first one, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50, 60, 70 penalty yards for Spring Mills. So that brings us to a total of 127 penalty yards between both of the teams on a total of 18 penalties. So 18 for 127 between the two.
There you go. Timeout brought to you by the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results. Looking for home in the Tri-State? Call the Larry DeMarco team at 304-250-3551. Visit them online at www.modernrealityresults.com. It will be a third down, 30 yards to go at the 25-yard line for Hedgesville, as officials just talking now with Marcus Law, the head coach of Spring Mills, on the near side, trying to figure something out. Buddy Hessen also there.
Curious why Hedgesville called that timeout.
I guess they wanted one play in before this quarter comes to an end. It's actually fourth down. Yeah, I wasn't fully remembering. I thought that last play was a third down, but scoreboard just now changed it to fourth down. We'll see if Hedgesville recognizes it or not. Now we have another pause here as the rolling clock went, so even with the timeout, doesn't matter. The quarter comes to an end. We'll step aside, take a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School playoff football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Don't miss Floor Pool's 4th store grand opening hot tub sale beginning November 22nd at the Valley Mall in Hagerstown, featuring their 4th store grand opening with special grand opening prices. Floor Pools is prepared with a special truckload of hot tubs and endless pools at truckload prices, with financing available. Attention! We've secured a limited supply of factory second hot tubs at up to 30% off. Once they're gone, they're gone. Make every day better with a hot tub or pool from Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg, and the new pop-up location at the Valley Mall in Hagerstown. FloorPools.com.
The WVU Heart and Vascular Institute opened a new office in the Eastern Panhandle at Jefferson Medical Center in Ranson. As an extension of the WVU Heart and Vascular Institute at Berkeley Medical Center, the new clinic at Jefferson Medical Center will welcome patients 5 days a week for world-class heart care by board-certified cardiovascular experts closer to home. For more about the WVU Heart and Vascular Institute at Jefferson Medical Center in Ranson, call 304-350-3273.
We are back here for the fourth quarter at Spring Mills 49, Hedgesville nothing. 4th and 30 at the 25-yard line. Milburn sends man in motion, takes the snap, drops back the pass. It's caught on the far side. Going down on the far side. Ball's out. Rolls out of bounds, and that's a turnover on down. Spring Mills will get the ball back here in the fourth quarter in Hedgesville territory, just waiting to see where they said that ball went out of bounds. It
looks like the 40.
It will be the 40-yard line of Hedgesville.
We got about 15 yards out of that one.
So waiting for both teams now to make sure they have their correct personnel that they want out. Here in garbage time, going to see a lot of new faces. As the clock stops with 11:40 left. Whistle blows to start it now. Here we go with Curry. Your receivers near side, none on the far side. It's a handoff. Run for Butts, who patiently goes and weaves back and forth and gets to about the 35-yard line. So Bradley Butts with a 5-yard carry. Make it 2nd down and 5.
I want to see a little more of this Curry here. Let's see what the future Spring Mills might look like, past even Ryland Swartz.
High snap. Curry able to bring it down, give it back to Bradley Butts, who runs to the left side of the line. Gets right into the hands of the defensive lineman on that far side to stop the play with the forward progress.
Fair play to Spring Mills, though. The easy way to get through this fourth quarter is just running the ball with your running back.
Yeah, Boley there to stop Butts after a gain of 3. That'll make it 3rd down and 2. Shotgun formation for Curry, making sure he's set, sends a man in motion from left to right. Go back to Butts with a handoff who went up the middle originally, now cut to the far side, and there goes Butts into the end zone for another Spring Mills touchdown. Great job just to bounce that one outside with 10:10 left here in the third. That extends the lead now for Spring Mills to 55-0 here against Hedgesville in the fourth.
The acceleration from Butts hit the second level. It was a really impressive play for him. And
I don't think he was ever touched.
No, it doesn't matter who's out there for Spring Mills. They're just dominating on the ground specifically. Incredible performance for them.
Snaps back. Extra point kick is up. That kick's good. With 10:10 left, it's now 56-0. We'll step aside, take a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
1 minute break now.
The WVU Heart and Vascular Institute opened a new office in the Eastern Panhandle at Jefferson Medical Center in Ranson. As an extension of the WVU Heart and Vascular Institute at Berkeley Medical Center, the new clinic at Jefferson Medical Center will welcome patients 5 days a week for world-class heart care by board-certified cardiovascular experts closer to home. For more about the WVU Heart and Vascular Institute at Jefferson Medical Center in Ranson, call 304-350-3273.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients is that 95% of them that come to me, they've never been in trouble in their lives. They've got careers, promising futures, things that matter.
So thankfully, after it was all said and done, I had no DUI and I had no more stress facing me or my family.
When you're on the fence whether to hire a DUI attorney, I always say that you really cannot afford not to. My name is Harley Wagner. My law practice has been exclusively focused on driving under the influence cases throughout the state of West Virginia.
Here at Cardinal Stadium, it's now 56-0. Spring Mills leads Hedgesville here in the fourth quarter. Kick. Squib kick up the middle. And it'll be scooped up by one of the guys in that second level of the kick return team for Hedgesville. Takes a knee at around the 38-yard line. So let's get our scoring drive summary now, brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool from Floor Pools.
3 plays, 40 yards. All running the ball with Bradley Butts. He gets in on a 32-yard touchdown run.
Clock still rolling here under 9:45 in the fourth. And that's going to be stopped as we have a timeout taken by Spring Mills. We'll take a 30-second break with them. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 30 seconds.
I'm Jonathan Bodwell, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare and life insurance agency. We are here to help you navigate the Medicare maze. We represent all of the major carriers, and you do not pay any more to go through us than if you go directly through a carrier. But if you go through us, you have a local professional to help you with all your Medicare needs, not a voice that could be in some other part of the world. Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare agency. BodwellInsuranceSolutions.com or 304-283-0864.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients
here, having fun trying to purely speculate on our end why the timeout was called by Spring Mills, and we were counting who was in the huddle, and we believe that there was only 10 out on the field, which is why they had to use a timeout there. So, shotgun formation for Hedgesville. Milburn with Harper to his right. To receiver Steed side. Milburn sets. Sends a man in motion from right to left. And didn't realize that the snap was coming back, and flags fly. Saw Kerr in motion. And next thing you knew, the snap was coming back to Milburn, who just got hit right in the chest with it.
Something about the motion just as thrown off Hedgesville almost every time.
The 5-yard penalty makes it 1st and 15 now at the 33-yard line. Milburn takes the snap, drops back the pass, now has to evade the pocket, run to the near side, and will fire a pass that is caught with one hand in the middle of the field. Running to the near side is Jake Young at the 48-yard line. And great job. Actually, that's the backup freshman, Aubrey Burrell, with the completion.
All right. Nice throw by the freshman.
On the run, yeah. So Burrell moves the chains for Hedgesville with the pass to Young. 1st and 10 at the 48. 8.5 minutes left here in the 4th.
Well, throw the freshman into the fire against the best defense he's going to see.
Burrell sends a man in motion again. It's Kerr as he gets the snap. Bobbles it, trying to fall on top of it. Can't get it. Spring Mills recovers at the 40-yard line of Hedgesville. Cardinals get the ball back as Henry Eiler falls on the ball to get it.
And Burrell just never had the clean handle on it. Bobbled it, tried to control it through a handoff, and it just never quite happened that way. Fell to the ground. He couldn't get on it before Spring Mills slid in and dove on it.
8:08. Clock rolling here in the 4th. 56-0. Spring Mills leads Hedgesville. They go back with a handoff, and somehow slipping through 3 defenders is the running back. I'm not sure if it was Butts this time. I think you're right. I think it's Devin King on the carry. Gets it across the 40 to just shy of the 35, make it the 37-yard line they say went down.
That's a big running back to try to tackle.
Yeah. I go back here. That's another different running back. Brian Johnson, the senior, getting the carry for a 2-yard gain. That'll bring up a 3rd and 5. Now they bring King back in.
Johnson, we saw pick up a fumble earlier for Spring Mills.
Everybody getting a turn to run the ball here as it's a handoff up the middle. Big run across, and it's a 1st down for a gain about 6 yards. So that moves the chains for Spring Mills. As that was Johnson again on the carry. Johnson with the hot hand right now, or the hot legs, I guess, at running back.
And the offensive line still doing a great job of opening up these holes in the 4th quarter.
High snap, it's bobbled. They still just shovel pass it to Johnson, who can't be brought down. He's piling that pile forward. Oh, my goodness. I think there might have been 6 or 7 Eagles just all trying to get a hold of him to bring him down. And he just continues to drive those legs forward. And I think now he finally gets to take a play off.
It turns into what should have been a loss of a few yards into no gain somehow.
2nd and 10 at the 29, 6 minutes left here in the game. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to each side. For Curry. Send a man in motion. And off to the left and across the 25 goes the running back this time. I think King came back in for that run. So that'll make it a 3rd and 5. That was actually Butts back in. 3rd and 5. It's Curry. And it's back off to Butts. And Butts slips through not 1, not 2, almost 3 tackles. So only 2. But he's able to get the first down inside the red zone. And that's another first down for the Cardinals as Butts now goes out, and back in will be Brian Johnson at running back.
Butts has really ran the ball hard when he's been in the game. He's been a nice guy that I think that they can go to next year.
So Curry takes the snap, and it goes over his head, and now Johnson's just going to have to fall on top of it at the 37-yard line. So a loss of 24 yards. Curry, not the tallest guy out there, but even if I think that was Max, maybe even his brother Xavier Anderson back in that backfield, that would have went over their heads too.
And that'll bring down your team total in rushing yards a little bit, unfortunately, but it's still going to be a pretty high number for them at the end of the day.
Well, here's a handoff, and trying to cut to the outside is Brian Johnson, but he's chased down and stopped for a loss of 2 on the run. That'll bring up a 3rd and very, very long 3rd 36 at the 39-yard line. 4 minutes left here in the 4th. It's Spring Mills 56, Hedgesville nothing.
Wonder if let Curry air it out on this one for a 3rd and long.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They just do another simple handoff here on the near side, and what a hit. Laying the boom there was Cardinal Hubble.
23,
It really did bring the boom on that one.
Yeah, that's a late entry for the collision of the game.
And there's been a good bit of candidates for that one. I think I have my choice, but there's been a lot of big hits in this one.
It's 4th down now. Offense staying out there. High snap. Curry brings it down, and he's going to just take off on the far side. There goes Curry. Outside the numbers. Going downfield. Will be tripped up. It's a turnover on downs, but still, nice job on a broken play by Curry. 3 minutes left now. Stops for the change of possession quickly.
He was able to get about 10 yards. He's clearly very fast. I don't know if I think Spring Mills probably set up best for a guy like Curry to be a skill player when he eventually gets to the point where he's a full-time varsity player. But he clearly has some athleticism that can be useful at quarterback.
And off as their running back goes up the middle. It's Dalton Harper, I believe, on the carry, and he's able to pick up 11 yards for a first down.
By far his best run. I kind of mentioned it early in the, or I should say late in the first half, earlier in the game, that Spring Mills had been stuffing pretty much every run that Harper got. His best on the day before that was a 4-yard run. And take that away, his best is a 2-yard run. But he's able to get that one for 10.
So 1st and 10 at the 37, 2 minutes left as Milburn takes the snap, hands it off again, up the middle goes the running back. Don't think it was Harper this time. So Eiler gets the tackle.
Lucas Bird.
Lucas Bird, the sophomore, on the carry. He's able to get 3 yards, making 2nd and 7 at the 40.
Got a lot of different players that have gotten carries in today on both sides, so everybody's getting some reps in.
Makes sense. 56-0. Spring Mills leads Hedgesville here in round 1 of the playoffs as Milburn takes a snap, drops back the pass, steps up. Excuse me, again, that isn't Milburn. That actually is now Aubrey Burrell, the freshman quarterback in, and he's going to be sacked by Henry Eiler. So Burrell loses about 6 yards there to make it 3rd and 13 at the 34.
I think that's the 5th sack for Spring Mills so far.
Under a minute left here in the game. Burrell, shotgun formation. 2 receivers to each side. Gets the snap. Will hand it off to his running back, Isaiah Collier, on the carry. And he will be tackled in the backfield for a loss. And we'll see if that's the final play of the ball game or not, or if Hedgesville decides to take one last shot here. Clock at 20 seconds left.
It doesn't look like they need to run one with the play clock.
Spring Mills is starting to line up. A few Hedgesville Eagles are as well, but team staying out there. 10 seconds left. Burrell, I think, starting to try to call something out, but it looks like they're just going to call it over. As the game clock hits 0, that's the ball game. It is a 56-0 shutout victory once again, the 9th of the season for Spring Mills as they defeat Hedgesville to end the Eagle season and advance to the state quarterfinals. As both teams line up to shake hands, we will step aside and take a 2-minute break and then be back with the post-game show as our 4th quarter was brought to you by Skinner Accident Injury Lawyers, representing accident injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com, as well as Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Visit them at 360 Hack Wilson Way or online at Orsinis.com. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 2 minutes.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
Makeup is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596. Drive More Days is back at CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg. And this year, we'll enter you into a drawing to win a $1,000 gas card with your test drive. And during the Make This the Summer sales event, get up to $6,000 off MSRP on select new Wranglers or up to $7,500 off MSRP on select new Grand Cherokees. Stop in today during CMA's Drive More Days for your chance at a $1,000 gas card completely on us. Online at CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg.com. Owners just care more.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
We welcome you back here to Cardinals Stadium. Tonight's final score, Spring Mills 56, Hedgesville 0. So the Cardinals get the win to advance and end Hedgesville's season or post-game show is brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg with a full lunch and dinner menu and daily specials in a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. I'm Colin McLaughlin for Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop, our on-site producers, John Alderton, cameramen Matt Miller and Marcus Jordan. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. As this one was pretty much over from the very beginning. Spring Mills got off to a 21-0 lead in the first, kind of slowed down in a penalty-filled second quarter, but was still able to get to 42, and then they add on 2 more touchdowns here in the mercy-ruled running clock second half to advance. They'll take on the winner of Morgantown Woodrow Wilson, the 7-10 matchup, which trying to figure out if that one's went final or not, and having some issues with the high school football scoreboard on my phone. So you'll have to wait to hear how that one went from Nick Verzolini, unless you already know it. Then good for you. You're got more knowledge than me.
You're ahead of the game. Yeah.
That's not hard to do anyway, though. I had to say it. Nick was saying it.
Fair enough. Yeah, we had a great game performance from Spring Mills here. We'll see what Martinsburg does tomorrow.
That game at 4 p.m. Pre-game coverage for us. We'll start at 3 p.m.
I can run through our stats here, but while Matt waits for Coach Law.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer he'll be, so I didn't want to have to cut you halfway, potentially.
I can run through this quick here, Colin.
So let's do it. Post-game stats brought to you by RAI Properties, LLC, servicing the tri-state area. Call them at 304-200-3144. Visit www.raiproperties.com.
Not much different than after halftime. Chaz Milburn, 9 for 21, 68 yards and an interception. Dalton Harper, 10 carries for 7 yards, is the leading rusher for Hedgesville. 3 for 37 for Jacob Kerr is the leading receiver. Max Anderson, 6 for 12, 58 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Blake Sanders, 10 for 72 on the ground, 2 rushing touchdowns. Cam Taylor, 7 carries, 41 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. Max Anderson rushes for 6 carries, 117 yards, and a touchdown. Bradley Butts, 6 for 58 and a touchdown. And Xavier Anderson's the leading receiver, 3 for 28.
There you go. Some stats for you. Let's now send it down to Matt Miller, who's alongside Spring Mills head coach Marcus Law.
Talk to us about all of the wait and on just to get the.
Man, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing off field, and again, it's one of those things we said we want to make, and I think we kind of gave them a little taste of. And do it again. That speaks volume, and that speaks volume for our and throughout the week. So you.
Apologies here for the technical issues audio-wise, trying to get it back here.
Those guys keeping us out in throughout the week. At all, you start the year off losing a teammate, very emotional deal. We battled through that. It kind of carried us through, and then we go through another deal, and these guys just face adversity with the best of them.
Especially early on in this ball game, the
plan is that's who we are. We're going to establish the run, and we trust the football. And that's one of the things that we worked on all week, and just making a simple play and turning upfield and get what you can get.
Yeah.
Man, it's lights out with these defensive guys, and I tell people all the time, I feel bad when we don't. I'm gonna mess around. It gets to you really quick.
I wasn't, but you brought up the scout here a few weeks, and as a scout, like you've thrown a few picks.
I've thrown a few, man. Like I tell you, when you got those 6'5", 6'6" dudes in your face, and then you got the scout in front of you, that window gets real quick, real fast, though. But I think I might have to step back and let Keelan start taking those reps so he can have that. No more picks for me.
Hey,
More time. I got to spend a lot on that staff. It's going to be a physical game. More time, they're physical. They're good at wing offense. Guys just, fun. Put a hat on that. Thing. I appreciate it. Thank you. We'll look forward to it.
All right. We're having a little. Thank you for hanging out. I heard you say you were a little chilly by the end of this game earlier.
Yeah, a little bit. I was asking Coach keep me in. It was kind of cold outside, so I was trying to stay warm a little bit. But, yeah, overall, I think, I look at defensive energy. Everyone like my family. I look at them like my brothers and people I would die for, genuinely. Anyone that sets foot on the football field with me, I love every single one of them. Yeah.
Coach talked about you and some of the other seniors really helping to keep guys focused. What was the challenge? Having that extra week of waiting, knowing that, eventually you're going to get on the field, but having to wait to do it.
Just that anticipation. I feel like a lot of teams, they could have just, fell apart a little bit, but we took that little bye that we had and we just made the best of what we could. We went through schemes, game plan, and it showed on the field that we were nice and sharp, and still got work to do, but I like the progress, and I feel like offense and defensively, we're definitely getting there to where we want to be.
Hey, let's start on that defensive side of the football. What was the key to be able to stop this Hedgesville offense the way you did today?
It just starts with D-line. We call ourselves D-block. Me, Travis, Abel, Zay. We just – this is what we do. We all want to play like Nico. We all know how Nico played. And that's all we can do is just be the best version of ourselves that we can and 100% replay.
Take us to the offensive side of the football. How you got the ground game going, especially when you needed it on a sloppy night.
We all communicate. Abel, Braden, Kirk, Kevin, Austin, Sphinx, everybody. We're all on the same exact page. We talk when people don't know stuff. No panicking. If someone messes up, we always pick each other up. We never yell at each other, never do any of that stuff. So, we drive people off the ball. That's what we do. Coach Battolini's taught us that's what we do. He's the best O-line coach in the state, and it's just how we got to get it done.
How special is this win?
It's amazing. I love being Hedgesville.
All right. Hey, you got Morgantown next, and you get it here. What's it mean to have teams coming to you?
They're going to try to come in here. We already know they're going to bring the energy. We just got to shut it down. We just got to do what we got to do. Run heavy team. We're going to stop that. So we just got to be physical and just man up and do our jobs, living men on the field. Good things happen.
Prophet, thank you. Congratulations.
No problem. Thank you.
Guys, back up.
Thank you to Matt. Apologies there for the audio issues throughout the first part of those interviews with Marcus Law, but once we kind of got Matt and Prophet Guillaume closer, we could get them to be able to hear it much better. So already got the post-game stats in. Any others that maybe missed, Dylan? If not, we'll get to the awards and wrap things up.
That's it.
So let's get to our awards, and we'll begin with the collision of the game, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street, Martinsburg. Family-owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced certified technicians. Call them at 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page.
Prophet Guillaume, right there towards the end of the first half when Hedgesville was driving down, trying to get their only points up on the board that they were, it's the closest they came at the very least right before halftime, and it was the Prophet Guillaume sack that pushed Hedgesville back and took a bunch of time off of that clock to where Hedgesville only had a couple deep shots down the field to try to get some points up on the board. That was a huge part of it after Hedgesville was starting to get some offensive momentum.
It's almost as if I might have had a feeling you were doing that, which is why I went with that one first instead of the one that we're now going to, the electrifying play of the game, brought to you by CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg. Stop in, see him today at 48 Kelly Island Road in Martinsburg, or call 304-263-8821. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
Teamwork makes the dream work, Colin. 61-yard touchdown that Max Anderson had in the first half, but pretty much a broken play. I'm not 100% sure that Max was intended to be able to run on that play. It might have been a power read sort of situation instead of a handoff, but he took it himself and went 61 yards down the field to score. He had 117 rushing yards in this one. That was his one score.
Good Hands catch of the game now brought to you by Kelly Allstate Insurance. For all of your insurance needs, call Gary Kelly at 304-263-4596. Stop by 724 Lakeview Drive in Martinsburg.
We give this one to Keon Mills for the one receiving touchdown that Spring Mills had in this one. The one passing touchdown for Max Anderson, 15-yarder to Keon Mills. Very first points of the game when Spring Mills spread it out on that first possession. They were able to get down. It was a nice throw by Max and nice catch by Keon.
And lastly, tonight's player of the game brought to you by CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
There's a lot of different directions I can go with this one. I think I'm tempted to just say that the Spring Mills offensive line that really opened this thing up for Spring Mills up front, where you had Blake Sanders with 72 yards, you had Max Anderson with 117, you had Cam Taylor with 41, Bradley Butts comes in and has 58 yards and a touchdown on the ground in just the second half alone. I think that they did a great job up front, and then those guys were, some of the defensive linemen as well. So I'm going to say that I could say Prophet Guillaume player of the game, but we'll let him be the figurehead for the guys up front in the trenches for Spring Mills.
That'll wrap things up for us here at Cardinal Stadium. Spring Mills gets the win over Hedgesville to advance to the next round to take on Morgantown next week back here at Cardinals Stadium. Tomorrow on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube, we'll have Martinsburg football as they host the Parkersburg Big Reds. Pre-game coverage 3 p.m. and kickoff at 4 p.m. For Nick Verzolini, Marcus Jordan, Matt Miller, John Alderton, and Dylan Bishop, I'm Con McLaughlin signing off for tonight's game. This has been West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Spring Mills gets the win here tonight, 56-0 over Hedgesville. As we welcome you into the scoreboard show. Give you a quick rundown of all the scores from around the state of West Virginia tonight in the playoffs. Hurricane survives against George Washington. Great game here. 14-13 win for the Hurricane Redskins to advance to the second round. As the guys mentioned, Morgantown will take on Spring Mills next week. They get a 35-10 win over Woodrow Wilson. The rest of the 4A playoffs will be played tomorrow. We will have for you Martinsburg taking on Parkersburg. That game kicks off at 4 p.m. For the AAA playoffs tonight, Fairmont Senior beats Point Pleasant 35-6. Bridgeport wins over Robert C. Byrd 65-0. Oak Hill leads Lewis County 27-6 in the fourth quarter. Spring Valley gets the win tonight over East Fairmont 54-6. And North Marion defeats Ripley 47-10. Bluefield beats South Harrison in AA 20-18. Wheeling Central victorious over Nicholas County 41-20. And the rest of those games in AA are set for Saturday. In Single A, Cameron beats Valley 62-0. Sherman leads Tyler Consolidated 22-14. And those are all your scores for tonight in high school football around the Mountain State. Again, tomorrow, 4 p.m., we go on the air at 3 p.m. for Martinsburg in the first round against Parkersburg. But once again, your final score here tonight, Spring Mills is victorious. They will advance in the playoffs to take on Morgantown next week. I think Verzolini saying so long again tomorrow, 4 p.m. kickoff between Martinsburg and Parkersburg. This is West Virginia High School Football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
The Skinner family has been representing West Virginians for more than 50 years.
We've changed the name of our firm to Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers because we want to be clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents.
We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable, and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are.
Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit SkinnerWins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at FordofHagerstown.com or HancockChevy.com.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
You feel that in the air? The precision passes of expletives thrown from a jersey-clad warrior to his TV, his dog, or anyone that'll listen. It's time for tailgating and showing off those parking lot picnics. Just remember, when you come out of the fourth quarter to 5 new dents, remember Cody's Auto Body is your MVP. I can erase those dents, just not the memory of your team's awful record. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body. That's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
Adventure takes you here, but much of it starts right here in West Virginia, where Toyota has lived alongside hardworking West Virginians for over 25 years, investing over $2 billion in the Buffalo manufacturing plant and bringing in over 2,000 jobs. And that helps fuel the local economy. Thanks for making Toyota the #1 selling brand in West Virginia. See your dealer and start your adventure today. Toyota, let's go places.
And that concludes today's postgame show. Be sure to tune in each week throughout the regular and postseason for more West Virginia high school football. Today's game has been brought to you by
Orsini's Home Store, Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Cody's Auto Body, The Palace Lounge, CMA Honda, the Berkeley County Health Department, Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, CMA Chrysler Dodge, WVU East, the law firm of Burke Schultz Harmon and Jenkinson, RAI Properties, Parsons Ford, Rocks, John Hardy, Gary Kelly Allstate, and Panhandle Dumpsters.
For the best in high school, college, and NFL coverage all season long, keep it tuned in to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.